Hey everyone, welcome back to the middle of everything. It's me, your host, Sarah, and as you can see, we have a a guest today. His name is Antonio, and he is joining us all the way from Italy. So, Antonio, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please do.
Yeah, sure. Sarah, firstly, it's been so long. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're connecting again. For everyone listening, I'm Antonio DeRosa. I am calling you from Italy, Milan specifically. I've known Sarah a very long time, nearly our whole lives. We grew up together. Yeah, I'm embarking on this journey where I'm trying for dual citizenship, and the first big step is to live here for at least a couple years. And I've just been kind of, living it, breathing it, sort of documenting it little by little here and there, like how things are going. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Antonio recently posted a video on Instagram talking about a little bit about his journey to dual citizenship. And like Antonio mentioned, we grew up together. So for me, this was very inspiring, and I thought it could be inspiring for other people who might be wanting to do something like this. I've known Antonio's family forever. His parents are like the nicest people. His mom is the best cook. So, all these things I remember growing up together and just always feeling like part of the family. So Antonio, will you tell us a little bit about like your parents when they came to America? And then just kind of what drove you to want to move to Italy?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a big question, the second part to that about what drove me
Okay.
here. So I'm going to tackle the easy part first.
Okay. Okay.
My parents went to America, went to the States in the 70s. First, my dad came over, and then almost 2 years later, he was able to, you know, raise enough money and worked enough to bring my mother over. So then they were eventually reunited. They kind of worked their way from Brooklyn up the Hudson River till they landed where we grew up.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, they had 4 kids, and then sort of the rest of that family part is history.
Yeah.
um, in terms of what drove me here, I mean, well, logistically, recent changes in Italian immigration law made it
Uh-huh.
more feasible for me to attempt a dual citizenship, and the residency period had been reduced for people in my situation who
Oh,
have parents that were born in Italy and then emigrated and um, naturalized elsewhere. So for my situation, it was reduced to 2 years for residency. So that just sort of, when this happened almost 2 years ago, I realized that this sort of pull or this calling that I've always felt to Italy and to this beautiful place was within, my grasp. It was something I could really try, and do and really attempt to be a part of. Um, and so yeah, that pull was always there, Sarah. It was
yeah.
always something that was, deeply rooted in, my family traditions and stuff, regardless of them, my parents living here or living in the States. A lot of that culture and the traditional stuff they really kept with them, and they still do to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about what getting your citizenship in Italy will look like? Like what is the process to be able to do that? In case there's somebody, that's thinking about that, it might be a good starting place for them.
Yeah. So there are many different paths. It depends on your situation, your family situation, your family history, and your bloodline or your lineage to Italy. Um, for me specifically, my parents became US citizens. Two things that were working against me when they became citizens. It happened before I was born,
Uh-huh.
and it happened before 1992. So 1992 is when the laws changed in Italy that folks could have dual citizenship.
Oh, okay.
Before that, they didn't allow Italian citizens, to be a citizen of another country and keep their Italian citizenship. They had to choose before 1992. And
Nice.
so, because my parents naturalized before 1992, and they naturalized at a time before I was born, I technically was not born an Italian. because
Right.
they had US citizenship at the time. So between this window of when they became citizens at 1992 is the exact time that I was born. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just the timing of it. But interestingly, my two sisters, I have two older sisters,
Yeah.
they were born before my parents became US citizens. So
Oh,
their path is different. Nothing for them has been broken from what I've heard from everybody about
okay.
this is that people in my situation, your bloodline was broken, right? Like your connection was broken. For my
Mm,
sisters, it was still intact because they were born before my parents were US citizens and they were still only Italian citizens at the time.
right.
So their path to citizenship is much easier, either through the
Yeah.
consulates or through the court system to prove their, kind of bloodline.
Oh, okay. And so if Sal wanted to do the same thing, he would be in the same boat as you, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was trying to figure I couldn't remember how much younger than us he is, but not much, right? Only
No,
like 2
no.
years?
Yes. 2 years for you, 3 years for me. Because remember,
Yeah.
I'm about a year older than you and
Yeah.
the rest of
Yeah.
our friends.
I
Yeah.
forget about that.
I know. I know.
Um, um, okay, what is it like? I know you have to go through like an application process, right? So, like, what does that look like for you? Where do you even start with that? Like, who do you call?
Yeah. Not the Ghostbusters. They will not help you. Uh, so I'm working with an agency that I
Okay,
found. I had called around to a few and kind of did, my due diligence and shopping around. And
right.
this was the one that I felt really good with. I know you edit this and post or whatever. So if you don't want to put the name out there, it's called ICA, Italian
Okay.
Citizenship Assistance, but that's up
Okay.
to you to leave in if you want. Yeah, they're called Italian Citizenship Assistance. I went with them. They had this whole package deal. Mainly, what they had that was enticing to me is that they help you relocate. This agency,
Oh.
so it was sort of full service. They not only help you with the whole process and all the steps that I'm happy to get
Mhm.
into, but importantly for me, which is really the challenging part to get started, was finding a place to live, setting up utilities, what the appointments would look like, how I line them up, all the documentation I need for all of that.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
they help you really from the beginning to the end. And for me, since my path is through residency, through living here, I had to first get a visa from the consulate in New York, the Italian
Right.
consulate in New York. So I had to first apply for that, which took months.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so once they issue that to you, you're free to move.
Okay.
But part of that application process for a visa is that you need to have a place in Italy, an apartment or a lease in your name.
Uh-huh.
And so it's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. So you have
Right.
to have an apartment here before you can even submit your visa application
Okay.
in the
Okay.
States. So it
Yeah.
was a lot of logistics and timing of things that had to line
Right.
up. But once the visa comes in, you're free to go. And
Mm.
in theory, right, if you did it right, and you should have, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten the visa, you have
Right.
your place waiting for you. I mean, we had this
Yeah.
place for 2 months and not living in it because
Oh,
we needed to have something in my name.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. So,
yeah.
um, is it a nice place they found you at least?
It's a decent place, yes.
Okay.
I'm
That's
very
good.
excited about it. We did a couple virtual walkthroughs, it's, like, the best we
Okay.
could do. Very pleasantly surprised. I mean, it
Okay,
had
that's
everything
good.
we needed. Ooh, and a couple of things hard to find in Italian apartments, like air
Oh.
conditioning.
Oh, yes.
It's got that. It had to have that. That was, like,
Wonderful.
my number 1.
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
yeah. So, yeah, really good. Honestly, the location really couldn't be better, and we were kind of shooting in the dark a little
Yeah.
bit. We were looking around. I mean, we had a big idea of where we wanted to be. Um, but this neighborhood is just incredible. I mean, there's so much around us. It's like easy, it's accessible, it's central. It's just I really feel like the getting settled part here, we got really lucky. I don't know if this
Yeah.
is something that happens usually for people, but I'll take it, because
Yeah.
it's a really good situation here right now.
Yeah, that's good, and I know that, you've been to Italy a lot,
Yeah.
right? Like, you visited a lot growing up and stuff, so I feel like that might have helped you acclimate to living there. a little bit, right? Because like it wasn't so foreign to you because number one, I mean, your parents, like you walk into your house, like you're in Italy, like you walk into
Yeah.
your parents' house, like you feel like you're in Italy. And then you
Yeah.
like, like not to steal us from Olive Garden, but when you're at the DeRosa house, your family.
Your
Like,
family, yes, yes.
you know, like that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
So that probably helped you a lot. Like you weren't just going to a country you had never visited before and you're like, I'm gonna live here now
yeah.
and try and just do this. But what about your husband? How is he like adapting to living in another country?
He, I think, is happier than me. He
Oh.
is just, I mean, he's always been such a traveler, and
Oh, that's great.
I feel like I was too, or at least I thought I was, I think until
Yeah.
I really met Ryan many years ago,
Mhm.
and he has the traveling bug like no other, and he's honestly
Amazing.
he's so good at it too. Like he's just into the planning. I mean, the amount of like Google spreadsheets and documents for any like weekend away,
Sounds like
it's
Mike too,
oh
yeah.
my, it's actually amazing for, I don't know if you're
Yeah.
like me, but that's not my strong suit. I will do what I can. I'll do my best, but you know, he was sort of made for this like traveling kind of
I
life.
love
And
that. That's so
yeah,
good, like, you couldn't have picked a better partner for that, right?
yeah. And
That's amazing.
yeah, and it was one of those things where I had realized like, oh, this is really more of a possibility now than it ever was before. And
Yeah.
I had this thought like, oh, this is like a big change if we decide to do this. And so the conversation with him at first, I was like, so this thing has like kind of come upon me. It would be great for, I'm like trying to put all the benefits first. And he's just like, yeah, duh, of course, of course. Like,
Oh,
why would we not do that? Right?
yeah,
And so
that's
it's,
amazing. That
yeah.
really is amazing that that was his reaction,
Mhm.
like, I feel like if Mike was like, "Hey, I can go live in Ireland and become an Irish citizen," I would be like, "Well, what about like my job?"
Yeah.
But you guys are fully remote anyway. You've been kind of like nomads a little bit, right?
Yeah.
For a while,
Yeah.
like traveling and working. So that's
Yeah.
really good, like that you could do that. And because you still work for who you've worked for a long
Yeah.
time,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's great that they like let you do that,
I
first of
know.
all, right?
Mhm. It
Because I
is.
know like so I work for a bank and like if I were to go out of the country, I couldn't work because of the laws and the internet is different. The safety of the internet
Uh,
for us
yeah.
would be a lot different. So that's awesome that you're able to do that. Um and I don't know. What is the, like, one thing you've noticed that maybe you feel a little bit like, "This kinda sucks." Is there anything that you feel like is so different that you're like, "Oh, I miss this at home," or something?
Yeah. So, occasionally, they're really faint feelings, at least right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm only like 6, 7 weeks in. Um, so but things are not necessarily as accessible to get here. For
Okay.
instance, like cough and cold medicine. I just went through this like last week, and
Yeah.
I brought some over with me just because I've always had
You
it
never
floating around.
know.
Yeah, I was like, let me just throw this in the bag, and
Yeah.
luckily I did because I was like a little bit under the weather, and I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, oh, I should probably get more. I'm running low, and it is not the easiest thing to find.
Really?
Especially things like that where you have like your CVS, your Walgreens, your pharmacies.
Yeah.
You walk into everything on the shelves. The pharmacies specifically are very different here, and different stores sell different things. So not only is
Okay.
it going to maybe 4 stores to get
God.
everything you could get at like a Walgreens, for
Yeah.
instance,
Yeah.
but it's also for that kind of like medication, for instance, that we view as over the counter as simple and easy to get. You really need to go in and have a conversation with one of the
The
associates or a
pharmacist.
pharmacist or
Ah.
something. They really ask you like, what are your symptoms? What are you feeling? And they'll either give you what you're asking for if they have that exact thing or an equivalent, or they'll recommend something else, which has also happened for me with allergy
Yeah.
medication, actually.
Okay.
And it's better than what I had
Yeah.
from the States. And so it's really not bad, but it is just a little more like that extra step. So in those moments, I'm finding myself being like, "Oh, this is, like, a little bit annoying to not just, like, grab what I want and I know what works."
Right.
Uh, but I think it's part of it. It's part of embracing, like, "Hey, this is how it is here." And
Yeah,
slower
that's
pace,
true.
everybody talks to everybody, you get to know people. I mean, we go to the same pharmacy now, it's like they recognize us. It's like it's just the way
Hey,
it is,
how's that
yeah.
sniffle today?
Totally, it is exactly something like that,
Oh,
and
wow, that's
it's just different.
yeah, yeah, like you were saying, it's, like, slower pace, nobody's, like, running in, grabbing some cough syrup, and then, you get home and you take the cough syrup, and who knows if it's even gonna work or you're gonna feel, like, better at all,
Yeah,
because you might be taking something that doesn't even work for what you have, right?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
I guess that kinda also saves, like, you from just taking a bunch of medication you don't really need. I mean,
yeah,
you probably know better than most people, like, what medication you would need to take, but it's like,
yeah, but,
you know
for anybody, I mean, even like I said, this allergy medicine that I had, the one I've been taking forever, it
Yeah.
was not working great for me, and
Oh,
so when
okay.
I had gone in and asked them, "Hey, this is what I'm feeling," they gave me some maybe because it's an Italian one, these are Italian allergies. I'm making that up, I don't know,
Your
but
Italian genes
yeah,
wanted
my
the
gene
Italian
maybe it all
medicine.
kinda connected here with the right medication, who
Yeah.
knows? But anyway, it worked like a charm, and I was like, "You know what? Maybe not so bad talking
Amazing.
to somebody and,
Yeah.
asking for something you need."
Yeah, that's great. That's actually really cool. So what is something there that you're like, "This is amazing. I never wanna go back to the US because I can never get this." Like, is there, like, a food or, like, coffee or, like, something there that you're like, "If I could bring this back with me, I would share it with everyone I love."
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna answer this a little bit differently. Not an
Okay,
item, not like a food,
okay,
not like something tangible, but an act that I think I would
okay.
love to see more in the States. You go to a restaurant here,
Uh-huh.
the slower pace, beautiful.
Yes.
You just like you just lay in you lay into that. It's great. You get into it. It's incredible once you do. Sometimes in the States, you wait a very long time for a check,
Yeah.
or they come over and it's like with the machine, or sometimes it's still with the slip of paper or whatever, and it's just like there's something a little clunky about it
Yeah.
that I never really thought about.
Uh-huh.
Here, you finish your meal, you get up and you go to a counter and you pay before you leave. Everywhere, every time.
Oh, like at diners.
Yes, sort of like yeah, exactly, sort of like diners. But and even at diners, there's something really seamless about that. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like, "Great, we're done. Here you go," you
Yeah.
know?
I'm
And
walking out.
sometimes yeah, and sometimes at nicer places, they won't give you, like, a ticket, right? Like a
Uh-huh.
receipt I mean, so that's gauche, you know? So, I
Yeah.
think it's more like they have an eye on everyone in the room and the
Wow.
tables, and their process
Oh,
and their system is just so smooth that you go up and they know what table it was. They repeat the order to you so you can check and make sure, like, "Yes, we got all those things." They just quietly, casually, "This much, here you go, thank you," and you just be on your way. And it's really
I love
for
that.
something I don't know why I just, like, love it for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just when you're finished with your meal and you're, like, really ready to go, the last thing you want is to, like, wait or have to get someone's attention or, like, the dreaded, like, whatever hand
Yeah.
motion you make for a check. It's just,
Yeah.
like, something
Oh, I
about
love
it is just,
that.
like, so transactional in a weird way.
Yeah.
And this just seems like, "Bye, see like, arrivederci, see you later." It's
Yeah.
just and the no tipping is great.
Arrivederci.
It's
Yeah.
just like here's a whole full amount, good to go. It was
Oh my
incredible.
that is
Yeah.
really cool. That is yeah, because I also feel like the pressure, because here we tip and you don't tip there, right? So it's
No.
like it's almost like this, like, Are are they gonna give me a dirty look if I don't give them what they expect? Like, my husband and I,
Yeah.
were very good tippers, like, we
Mhm.
especially if you deserve it, like, you're getting over 20% if you deserve it, but, like, we
Yeah.
always aim for 20%. If you sucked, you're getting, like, a 1% off for every much you suck.
Yeah,
That made
yeah.
no sense, but,
No, I got
whatever.
you.
And so I feel like there's, like, that pressure to, like, fill it out, but also sometimes, like when you go out with a friend you haven't seen in a while and you just wanna, like, sit there and talk? Like, I very much feel like you can't do that here. Like,
Yeah,
you have to be like, "Here's my order. Here's my food. Now I have to eat it. Now I have to leave, and I haven't seen my friend in 2 years, and I wanna sit here, and I wanna talk to them."
yeah,
But I feel like there and no,
yeah,
probably a lot of European countries, you can just sit and talk, and we wait for your food longer. If you don't wanna get up right away, you don't have to get up right away, and
yeah, yeah. It's very
that's
much
just
at
I'm
your
not just
pace, which
Yeah,
is nice. And maybe that's why I like the whole, paying at the register, paying like in the corner kind of
true.
thing. Because then you can just sit there with your little coffee and your biscotti and just have the rest of your conversation, round it out. And then when you're
Yeah,
done, you walk away. Like you're never rushed. It's never a feeling like we gotta get out of here or they gotta turn this table over. Like
right.
that's not the urgency doesn't exist here like that. And
That's
it
so
is
cool.
really refreshing.
Yeah.
But I think if you're not used to it, for a lot of tourists or foreigners, they get a little irritated because it could be a little slow to
Oh,
get you or get
right.
more water or something. And
Yeah.
it's just you learn though every time you go about like
Right.
you sit down and want the water right away. You tell them it's okay. You could tell them right away you want something, and they'll bring it right over to you. It's
Yeah.
you figure out kind of how it works. But it's really nice once you just
That sounds really
give into
nice.
it. Yeah,
Okay, but
yeah.
what is your favorite meal there?
My favorite meal here, my favorite meal. It's so funny. So we're in Milan, which is the north. For people that maybe
Right.
don't know the geography, we're pretty far north. My family's from Naples, so southern
South,
Italy.
yeah.
So they're not super close. Food is very different as well. I grew up
Right.
with all of that Napolitan food,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
just amazing. And funny enough, there are like 3 or 4 Napolitan places right in this neighborhood. It's
Oh,
like they
nice.
kind of love bringing that, like, Southern influence up here, and Naples specifically,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot of really amazing chefs from, the Amalfi Coast, Naples area down there that have opened up places here, and so there's a couple that are very close to us that are just so good, and there's one dish that is really hard to get in the States. It is
Oh,
called Genovese, and it is essentially so many it's onion-based.
I love
Onion-based
onion.
sauce cooked down for hours. Just
Mm.
slowly, slowly cooked down with either like a big kind of like meat hock. I don't know exactly what kind it is, like some sort of beef like
Yeah.
hock or chunk. Maybe it's a chuck, I'm not sure. Or sometimes if my mother like didn't have time for that to really like slow cook, she would just put in some ground beef in there. And so it's just
Oh.
like onion, meaty, like it gets a little sweet, but it's also savory, and you put it over some rigatoni or some penne, it's like just
Mm.
so simple, Sarah, and so good and so hard to find.
That sounds so good.
I honestly, outside of my mother's house, I've never seen it in a restaurant in the US. One time in New York City, and it was as a special on a menu. If anyone knows of any restaurants in New York they want to recommend to people that have Genovese, I'm sure
I
people
am
that know it
gonna look this up.
would like to hear
Or
it.
I'm just
Yes.
gonna call your mom and be like,
Yes.
Antonio told me about this dish and I
Just make
I'm gonna
it.
be at my dad's, so I'm just gonna walk up.
She
All
will
right?
absolutely Sarah, I'm dead serious, actually. She would
I know.
100% do that.
I know. I could
Yeah.
call her and be like, "Hey, it's Sarah Plavchek," and she'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hi. What?"
She'll jar it for you, take it away,
Yeah.
she'll do it.
I love
Um,
your
it's honestly
I love
so
your whole
good.
family, really. They're amazing. That
It's
is
really
so
so
funny.
good, and it's just funny that there are these, Naples influenced places around here that have it,
Yeah.
and so it's just
Yeah.
like every time it's on the menu, I get it.
Oh my god, that's
So good.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, does your husband speak Italian?
He's learning.
Okay.
He's getting really good, actually. I think he's getting
That's
very good.
good. Amazing.
Yeah. I I mean, I speak enough that I've always felt comfortable enough being here. I would
Right.
never say I'm fluent. I'm
Right.
especially not fluent in sort of the standard or like the acceptable Italian that
Okay.
is across the board, like the Italian that they teach in schools and whatnot.
Right.
Um, the dialects are just off the charts
So
here.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so Ryan is used to visiting Italy in southern Italy and Naples, like with my family,
Mhm.
that have very thick
Right.
dialects and
Yeah.
very thick accents and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's funny because he is now here and he's sort of after many years of being exposed to that at that as Italian for him, really. He's sort of in the same boat that I've always been my whole life whenever I've heard the like real Italian. And he's just like, oh, but like your parents say it this way, or like your aunt has said this. And I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
like, we got to stop thinking that way because it's not how everybody says
They're
it,
gonna
or
know
like
we're
the major-
Southerners.
right. So it's been interesting to like watch him go through like a bit of a learning process and go
Yeah,
through some of those same realizations and stumbles that I've always had.
that's so cute. Oh
It's
my
it's
god, I
funny.
love
It's
that.
funny.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I met your husband at our reunion,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
the only time I met him, I
Prob
think. I
Probably.
think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
That's so funny. I
Yeah.
remember Mike still holds on to the fact that you guys said that he's the hottest
Yeah.
plus one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He still
I
holds
mean,
on to that.
I don't
So
know what that says about us that we were like we went into the 20-year reunion being like, we're gonna see who married the hottest person.
it was me.
Right? Like, I don't
Yes.
know. Yeah, I don't know what that says about us. I mean, I'm not ashamed of
I
it.
love that. I
Yeah.
love that though. My
I'm not
husband
ashamed we did it.
really loved it. My husband
Good.
gets hit on by men like more than you
Yeah.
would
I
think,
mean,
and
I could
it's
see why.
so
Yeah.
funny.
It
It's
makes
so
sense.
funny. I'm always like, "Oh, was that your boyfriend?" Like, oh, it's great. Anyway, we got a little off
He
topic,
takes
but
it very well though. He's just like, "Thank you so much."
yeah,
Like very
yeah.
gracious about it. So,
He is. He's super
yeah.
gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually when I told him that you were coming on the podcast, he clocked who you were right
Yeah.
away.
Oh
He
my God, Ryan
remembered.
too. I'm like, "Ryan, do you know remember Sarah Platcher?" He's like, "Yes, of course." Like, I know who
Of
that is.
course.
Yeah, of course.
So, she
He
married the hot one.
Yeah, well, actually, he clocked you right away, and then he was like, "Oh, we were like the last one standing at Sal's place after the reunion."
Yes!
I was like, "Yeah, we were."
I was Tony, I got home and
Oh my
I
God.
puked in the bushes.
No, no.
That's why I don't hang out with any of my friends from high school. I lose all inhibition.
I mean, we all went a little too far, but the thing is, like, that's a reunion.
We
That's a
haven't
20-year
seen each
reunion.
other in how long, all
Yeah,
of us. Like, it was
yeah.
so fun. I know, like, there's still, like, some of us that all keep in contact and stuff, but, like, ugh, crazy. It
I
was so much
know.
fun, though. I'm
It
so
was
glad we
great.
did it. I'm so
I
glad
love
we did
catching
it.
up like that.
I know, me too.
It's just so
That
good.
was good.
Yeah.
So back to our topic. What is something that you would tell a person who is kind of waffling about this type of process, whether it's Italy or any other country, like that they feel that they have deep roots because of their family? Because, I am 25% Italian, so I'm kind of thinking I might have to move there with you guys.
I mean, that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong.
Yes.
Also, it's also a mindset, right?
Yeah.
And sir, you got it. I think you should do it.
Right?
Just
I
come.
know. Also, IVF is way cheaper in Italy,
Oh
so
yeah.
we might come stay with you guys for a
All
month.
right.
All
All
right.
right. Do the clinical stuff here, and then yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. You can answer the question.
um, advice for somebody. I mean, all right. I think firstly, don't be afraid to be brave. And I phrase that specifically instead of just saying be brave, because that's just
Yeah.
tell me something I don't know. Don't be afraid to be brave. Because for me, I was brave at first. I was like, we're doing this. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. Getting everything in a row and figuring it out. It was like so, let's go, let's go, let's go. Then I had moments where I got nervous and I got
Mm,
afraid. And then my bravery made me a little more nervous and a little more afraid, where I
right.
thought, why am I so confident? Who do I think I am that I'm so confident about this? Truly.
Yeah, but you've always been so confident, like a confident human.
Yeah, something about this felt different because it was
Yeah.
such a big life change
Right.
and, geographically, culturally, linguistically, everything. And it just, I found myself kind of running away from that confidence and that bravery I initially felt.
Yeah.
And then I had this kind of realization one day where I said, no one's making me do this. This
Right.
is a choice. I'm making this choice. Me and Ryan are making this choice. We are deciding. This is what we want to do right now. Why am I getting so hard on myself if, let's say, I come here for a year and I decide, wow, that's really not for me and I leave. Like, why am I getting hard on myself to say, oh, I failed or I didn't achieve this thing I set out to do? Like, that's what was going through my head.
Mm,
And then once I realized that I don't have anything to prove to anybody, like, I was confident and brave for a reason because it's something I want to do. And it's something I've always felt like would be great for me to do and experience. And I just kind of held on to that eventually, um, and just really took the pressure off
yeah.
expectations of anybody else. Like, you gotta not care about that. If you're doing this, you're doing it for you or your family or whoever, or with whoever, and you gotta just hold on to, being brave with making a big leap like this and just sort of seeing what happens. But realizing, rationalizing, and being okay with maybe the outcome that you're striving for won't happen, right? For
Right.
you can't predict the future, and you just gotta take that pressure off. So do not be afraid to be brave and hold on to that bravery and that confidence or whatever it is that is pushing you to want to do it.
That is gonna be my clip for this because that is but that also, like, that was such good life advice too. Like, just don't
Yeah.
fucking be afraid. Like,
Don't
just
be afraid.
do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's I I'm a Sagittarius, right? So, like,
So is Ryan.
I'm super impulsive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Yep, we're gonna
Eh,
do this." Like, that fire wait, when's Ryan's birthday?
December 13th?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, we're pretty
13th.
close. I'm November 26th,
Oh,
which,
okay. Yeah, yeah.
so but anyway, I knew I liked him, you know? Um, anyway, so I just like, I feel like if I had that opportunity, I would say to Mike, I would be like, "Babe, let's move to Italy." And he would be
Yeah.
like, "There's all of these things we have to figure
Let's think
out." Like
about it. Yeah, yeah. Right.
like, let's just he does that with everything. Like, the man walks around a store with a sweater for 20 minutes before he decides if he wants to buy it, which I need. Like, I need
Yeah.
someone to be like, "Let's slow down. Let's look at everything first." But,
Yeah.
like, also, I think that impulsivity, like, makes me brave a little bit
Mhm.
because I'm just like, "I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go for this." Like, that's how I've gotten to where I am in my career now is
Yeah.
because I've been, like, not afraid to be brave to move on to the next thing or to
Mhm.
learn something new or, like, in your case, fucking move across the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's insane and crazy and awesome all at
Yeah.
the same time. Like,
All wrapped up. Yeah.
yeah, like, so many people just would not have the balls to do it, really,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
because and you know this, like, growing up here, like, there's so much unfortunate stigma against immigrants, right? Like, in so many ways, but there's also so much respect for the people who immigrated here, especially, like, people who came and really made something of themselves and laid down roots and like your family and like
Yeah.
established like,
Yeah.
had this family and they're successful and everyone loves them. So,
Mhm.
but I think since there's that stigma that people feel like I feel it from other people, almost like third-hand embarrassment that people feel that way about immigrants, that I feel like my fear would be immigrating somewhere and having that felt against me,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. I said that in a lot of words, but
No,
you know what I
I think
mean?
that was beautiful. You
Oh,
should clip that
thanks.
too. That I think that was really great and really well said. And, it's something that I've been thinking about only recently because I always knew doing this and coming here doing this process, it would mean I'd be an immigrant here. And
Yeah.
I had never really sat with that and thought about, well, what does that mean? Especially with, the current rhetoric around,
Yeah,
immigration everywhere, not even in the States, everywhere.
right.
And it really kind of hit me a couple weeks ago where I was just like, not only the fact that I am an immigrant and I'm going through that experience and having that awareness, but also the kind of full circle moment when I think about my family and my parents, where we kind of did like the reverse immigration thing.
Yeah.
And it's really, and it's only been a couple weeks that I've really had this realization, but and I'm sure I'll have more of these kind of awakenings, but it's really made me already understand my parents a little bit more deeply.
Yeah.
And really I'm going through in a very different time, in a very different way, and for different reasons, but I'm going through a lot of the same motions that they did in like
Mhm.
1970, whenever. And
Right.
it's really a part of this whole thing that I didn't think I'd really be thinking about or
Mhm.
be spending much time with. And but I'm excited to see where that goes. That's
Yeah.
been a bit of a surprise about this whole thing for me is I'm understanding, but as a whole, I guess it's not that surprising because part of this was to really understand myself a little more deeply and what this kind of
Mhm.
calling or this pull or this feeling was, and to explore it, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and I think this is part of it, understanding where I came from and understanding my parents a little bit better and their choices and their decision making.
Yeah, and I feel like you've always been super close with your parents, but this is just on a different level. Like you're feeling essentially like their feelings in a way that they felt, but you have electronics. So like the
Yes.
process was probably a bit easier,
Uh-huh. And we
right?
have FaceTime and we
Yeah, and you
can,
can see your family when you miss
yes,
them
yes,
and call them and talk to them, and you don't have
yeah.
to write letters and stuff like that. So
Listen, I have memories, very vivid memories growing up, like elementary school time, right?
yeah.
But my parents having to plan phone calls that were very expensive on our landline to make that international call. And it was
Yeah.
literally wires that ran under the ocean to make that connection happen. I mean, it's
I
just,
didn't know that.
yeah, it's just incredible how not I mean, I know far we've come, we're not gonna get philosophical about technology right now, but we can it's definitely, I don't know how I would be able to do this even for the amount of weeks I've been here
Yeah.
without having that quick, easy, seamless connection. I mean, that's just been
Right.
invaluable.
Yeah.
So yeah, feeling what they felt, experiencing what they felt, but very differently and
Yeah.
to a much lesser degree, I'm sure.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, what your dad came here and he didn't have a job, right? Like he didn't know what he was going to do when he got
Nope.
here and he just landed on his feet.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and your dad's very like charismatic and he's very easy to like talk to. So, I can only imagine it was pretty easy for him to find a job
Mm,
somewhere. So, um
yeah.
I think it's like not to take away from your experience, but I think, like, why wouldn't someone take this chance? Because it's so much easier than it used to be, right? Like, it really is like there's so much technology. You can fucking Google how to become a citizen in another country. Like, so I think it's really such a beautiful thing that you're going there, and I'm sure you feel so much more connected to your parents and everything you grew up with, and it's just, like, I think it's so awesome, and I think you are so brave, and I think Ryan is super brave and cool and supportive for supporting you through that. I mean, not many people could find a significant other or, a spouse or anyone that would be up for moving across the world away from their family, away from everything they've known their whole lives, um, for somebody. But I also think Ryan probably did a little for himself too, because he's got that travel bug, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He also saw this as like, "Oh, awesome opportunity." I mean, all
Yeah,
around.
I
Yeah,
love that. I love that.
yeah.
So when did you guys get there? Like
We
to
got
move there?
here, early April. I think it was like April 5th,
Oh,
something like that.
okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
you've
Yeah, just
just over a month.
right, just over a month, exactly. Yeah.
Literally a day over a month.
Right,
That's
right. Yeah,
awesome. That's so
yeah.
what like, what was that like moving? Like, I assume you couldn't bring a lot, right?
Yeah, so we found this service. Again,
Mhm.
this is another
through that company.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it wasn't through them, but it's,
Oh, okay.
through, like you said, the technology and, like,
Yeah.
searching how to do this. It's
Google.
like yeah, Google.
Yeah.
We found this company that ships baggage for you,
Okay.
and so it's a door-to-door service, like a courier service kinda thing. So you give them the number of bags you have, the weight, the dimensions, all that. They come pick it up and they deliver it to your address wherever it is. So that was pretty invaluable too because I can't imagine bringing all of that on the plane. I mean, we shipped like 6 bags, like big suitcases, huge
Yeah.
suitcases, and we still had checked bags with us and like carry-ons and our dog and we had like
Right.
just everything.
Oh, the
Um,
coach.
yes, Spike, he's here. He
Like,
made it. He made the
does
leap.
he like Italy?
Oh my god. Okay, it's funny. I've taken a page out of his book because he has acclimated so quickly, and he's just
Oh,
like, "We're here, this is what we do now." And I
I
just watch
love
him.
that.
I love his little routine within, like, a week and a half. He had it down, he knew, like, where the exit was, he has his little typical route he walks, he knows when he eats, he's like just like he would in the States, he just picked
Oh,
up this new apartment, this new life so quickly, and I was like, "Man, animals and their routines, we can really learn something from them,"
it's
because
truly.
he straight up is like, "This is my life now." And me, I'm like, "This is my life now." I swear, I literally look at him and I'm like, I get you, like, really, it's been amazing to
I
have
love
watch him experience
that.
this.
That
Um,
is really cool. Like, I feel like people don't think about that, right? Like, yeah, we're humans, we're moving somewhere else, but also, like, this animal is coming with
yeah,
us,
yeah.
and
He just
that's so funny.
he slept on the plane the whole way. For his first plane, I was super nervous about it, but he was like, it could not be more of an angel.
He's like, "This is what we do, dad."
He just he calmed me down because he was so calm. It was incredible, and so he just was great the whole time. And we got here, and I think about it sometimes. I'm like, he just slept and woke up in a new place. Doesn't even know where he is.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know.
He has no idea he's in a different country.
He doesn't even
Like,
know.
think about that. That
No,
is
he doesn't.
crazy.
He has a little EU passport, which is okay. They issue these, which is the cute. I
Uh-uh,
have to show
that
you this.
is
It
so
is
cute.
the cutest thing they give. It's an actual passport. It has all of his, like, records and everything. We had to, like, get him registered with the city. He's registered as an Italian dog now. He has an EU passport so he could travel
Hey,
freely in the EU.
Spike got his citizenship before you.
He got this within, like, a week, 10 days. 10 days, and he doesn't even know.
I love
He
that
doesn't
for
even
him.
know. I know, me too. It's
I love
incredible.
that. Like, if
Yeah,
it were just that easy for all of us,
right?
right?
Could you
Uh,
imagine? Could you
oh
imagine?
my god.
I
I
know.
like that is one thing I never would have thought about is like what an animal would do
Yeah.
when they move to another country, but like they don't know. He probably goes outside and smells like tomatoes out here. Or
Yeah.
something. Smells
Right.
like wine.
Right.
Like,
He's probably like,
what is
"Something's a
this
little different."
smell? Yeah.
Right, something's different, but he
This
doesn't
air
care.
smells fresh. Like, what is that?
These treats, these organic, no non-GMO treats are delicious.
Oh god. Oh my god, that
Yeah,
is so
I
funny.
know.
Oh my
It's
god.
been really funny to, like, watch him
Yeah.
here.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Please
Mhm.
send me a video of him, like,
Oh,
on a
I
walk,
will. Oh
just,
my
like,
gosh.
minding his beeswax,
I
like
got plenty for you. Yeah, I'll send them
okay.
along.
I love it.
Uh,
Okay, well, I know you have a meeting coming up soon, so I'll give you some time to get
mm,
ready for that, but, is there anything you would like to sign off with? And I think in, like, a few months, we should get an update from
yeah.
you about how it's going,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
if there's anything you wanna sign off with and tell the people out there or just say hi to your fam, whatever you wanna do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it all. My fam, I
Okay.
miss them, they know I miss them. I love you all.
Yeah.
Um Technology has been really helpful. It's kinda saved us. I was, like, nervous for my parents for a little while,
Oh,
but we figured it out. Um,
love them.
yeah, I mean, like, parting words, I don't know. I just think it's it's always scarier before you do it, right? Something like this. It's always something you can easily get in your own head about. Um, but I just think if you have an opportunity like this that is truly once in a lifetime to do something, again, whether you achieve that goal or that outcome or not, just go with the flow, be present in it. If you can do something like this, and you have that opportunity and that luxury and that access, you should take advantage of it. It is just I wish more people could do it. I mean, knowing that and believe me, I
Yeah.
recognize my privilege in this, absolutely, that I have the kind of job and the kind of partner and, the kind of life to, kind of be able to do this
Yeah.
this sort of thing. So that's not lost on me at all. But I think if you can, you should, because I feel like why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that, like, your other advice resonates through everything in life, right? Like, the whole point of this podcast is we're all in the middle of some bullshit
Yeah,
and we're all in the middle of something. And it's like, if you can do something to change your life, do it.
yeah,
If you could feel better by changing this one thing, by relocating, do it.
yep,
Like, see ya.
yeah.
There's technology, you can FaceTime.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
well, thank you so much for joining me in the middle of everything. And thank you, everyone, for listening. Or if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching and getting to see Antonio's really cute face.
Thank you. Sarah,
All
so
right,
good to
bye.
see you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.